I love that music. I love that intro. Thank you, Jeff. Behind the glass, you rock. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Fantasy Golf TV with Jeff Deal. We are here with some experts on the panel. Brian Steffen, the golf monger himself, and sports monger.
Hi, buddy.
How you doing?
Good.
And we call him the professor down the end there, Gene, wearing his Masters vest again. I love that stuff.
I tell you, it was the Masters.
Masters preview,
We're still
right?
living in Masters land.
I got a pick for you.
Thanks for
Take
joining
it
us,
to the
folks.
bank.
Thank you very much for joining us. We are here as your fantasy golf gurus to help you pick your teams this week. We got a good one coming up. Just had a really good one this past week, a little match play event. A little abbreviated format, something that the players, it was new for the players as well as everybody watching.
Wasn't confusing.
Kind
at
of a
all.
round robin thing. Well, you know, it's funny. It was great listening to the guys on the commentators trying to work it all in to see. Well, if he wins his match and he loses his match and try to break it all down, it was fun.
You know who understood it? The Europeans.
The European, because they do that a lot.
Because they do that with soccer and other sports
They
like
do.
that. You know, us Americans, we're like, what the hell's going on? How he
Do I play or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that's something that even private clubs in America just don't do. You know, although
How about Stinson forgetting whether or not he won the match?
yeah. But you know, it's funny. That's one thing we actually changed our member guest at our club at Barefoot to the round robin format, and the members love it. So it's a lot of fun, you know, because you don't play well that first day, but you're still in it.
I
So,
actually think it's better than the old way.
Yeah.
I really do.
agree, but you still end up with the same thing normally, and that's a bunch of people that you don't expect to be playing late.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. Case number one, look at my bracket.
yeah, yeah. I had nobody on that right side.
By the
And-
time I got to Friday afternoon, I threw mine away because
Well, everybody
everybody left.
And the funny thing is, come Saturday, because we did a little office pool, and everybody got their money back on Saturday. Anyway, listen, what was it? Rory just lit it up. I mean, TPC at Hardin Park, he just he cranked it. I mean, he was sharp.
What did he finish in the fouls? Birdie, 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 eagle.
Yeah.
That he just had Furyk slapping him
Yeah.
in the face.
Yeah.
That was awful.
And then-
What a way to lose.
And then, 6-5 against Woodland?
6-5 against Woodland, yeah.
I mean, he just lit the golf course up. I mean, and you know, one of the things that match play is match play. It's a lot of stuff going on with an opponent, but you still play the golf course.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all about playing the golf course and beating the golf course, no matter what you do. So, and he beat that golf course.
he would have run away with
if it was a stroke play event.
You think?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
It made me want to go play that golf course. I know that.
And
It looked
what
like a fun setup.
It really did.
well, what does it mean? You know, I like to kind of think back. I always kind of look back before we move forward into TPC Sawgrass. But what did he do? It was he's the youngest champion, youngest with 10 wins, next to Nicholas and Woods, right? So he's going to be a great one. I mean, he's awesome. So he's number one pick in my book for this week coming up.
How about he's already a great one?
Yeah.
I mean, how many guys have you
That's true.
said when they started their career said, I tell you what, we'll give you 10 wins and 3 majors. Would you take it? And never tee it up.
You know,
How many guys would say yes? Thank you very much. I'll see you in the clubhouse.
He might not have.
No, but think about it. A number of players out there that would take that.
Oh, yeah, about all the rest.
And the
of
question would be, do I get the check with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, that's
Never tee it up. We'll give you the money that goes. We'll give you 10 wins and 3 majors.
Well,
And,
he chipped it.
Have a nice day.
I mean, he putted it to death. He chipped it to death. He birdied it to death. I mean, he drove the ball high and far. I mean, he just lit that course up.
Here's the
so-
thing. He's driving it very straight right now,
yeah.
which is scary to anybody because you don't have to worry about that part of his game and getting in trouble, which means if he's playing from 340 yards off the tee in the center of the fairway, I mean, what's he got in his hand?
Right.
Short irons.
You know-
that's why Furyk impressed me more than anybody else out there.
Furyk's
Yeah.
playing very well right now.
270, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His best. 270.
He's playing very well right now, coming off the big win to break his drought.
Yep.
You're so nice.
Well, you know what? No, that's a good point though with Furyk.
But he's
'cause,
playing well.
I mean, he hits BBs off the tee. You know, like
Oh,
you
yeah.
said, 270 is his longest. But the past few venues that you played, that's what you have to do. And this one coming up,
Players
TPC
the same way.
Sawgrass. Same way. I mean, you've got it's a shot maker's course, but you've got to be straight off the tee, and that's why I like him this week. I really do. Yeah.
I don't think he's a bad pick this week.
But, in terms of Rory,
Sure.
you just got to watch
Yeah.
Rory every once in a while. Rory will throw that, back 940 in, on the
Well,
second day or something that,
Yeah,
but hopefully not.
he hasn't
all
done
the
it in a
time.
while.
If as you're reading this week, a lot of people talking about, some of the talking heads talking about stay away from Rory because they're worried about the fatigue factor.
Well,
'Cause-
he's got 7 rounds over the weekend he played,
Yeah.
over the past weekend,
And a couple of them,
That's a lot of
He
golf.
went extra holes a couple of times.
I asked Gene before when we got here, I said, did he get on that airplane and go to Vegas to watch the fight and then come
he's-
back for
he
the
sat and ate pizza with Jimmy Roberts and the rest
in
of the crew.
in the press tent?
Yeah.
That's what I just found out
That's
tonight.
pretty cool.
'Cause
See,
he
that's
was-
part of the reason I didn't pick him to win. I figured he was so excited to go to the fight that he might bag it and
Well-
and so he could be in Vegas.
Yeah, because I
He-
watched the
he
fight.
didn't miss anything.
I was
No.
watching the fight, and I'm looking at in the background to find out where that empty seat was. I see Tom Brady, I see Jay-Z, and I'm like, where's that empty seat back there?
Did you guys get up in time to watch Casey in the final part of the playoff by any chance?
I did.
Okay.
I did not.
Was that not two of the best shots you've ever
Well,
seen
did you know-
from a guy that couldn't hardly hold his head up?
Yeah, he got food poisoning. What do you do that night and go and eat? Don't tell me you go for seafood and clams. I mean, it serves you right.
The two shots even amazed him. I thought it was
Speaking of somebody else who wouldn't be a bad pick this week,
Paul Casey. He's solid.
where,
As
do
long
you,
as he's
where do you think I was going?
well,
with that?
playing
as
very
long as
well
he's
right
recovered, though. Is he recovered? I mean,
I'm sure he would be.
food poisoning.
Food poisoning is
poisoning.
only a
Yeah.
24-hour thing.
He'll be on my team.
Yeah.
Well, all right, TPC. Let's get right into it. TPC Sawgrass. You guys played it? You played it?
I have not
You never played it. You played it.
not played it.
It's awesome.
I love it.
It's one of my top 3 or 4 all time.
It's one of the
Brian,
scariest.
you know and I.
It's one of the scariest golf courses you can play.
Well, then
We
gonna
walked
go?
We walked off Ocean Course, and I said that's one of my favorites. And TPC's right there. I mean, again, Pete Dye course. I work at a Pete Dye course, so I guess I'm favorable to that. But it is awesome. 3 of my favorite holes, I like to call them. I was reading an article this morning about it. Thrills and spills. 16, 17, and 18. It's awesome. 16 is definitely a birdie hole, eagle hole if you get a good drive off. But treacherous, tightening your grip there, holding it. The laid out there good. Then you can get up and down and for a birdie. But
Those guys don't tighten their grip.
well, at club pro levels do. And then obviously 17. 17 is talk about tightening.
It's a short little par 3.
Little 129 9 iron
Yeah.
for me.
Well,
And,
the part that hurts is that's all it is.
Yeah.
The hardest hole's 18.
Yeah. 18 is way
I saw
harder.
stats, and I think I wrote a couple things down about 17 where 553 bogeys on that hole or something compared to any other hole. It's listed as the 8th hardest hole on the course, but think about it, it's 129 yard par 3, and it's the 8th hardest hole on the course. So, but you can get wet quick. And then what was it? 98, 97 when Freddie knocked it in the water, and then his second shot.
Hold it.
Third
Hold it.
shot. He
His
hold it.
His
third
third
shot,
shot.
he hold it.
Nice
That's
3,
great
Freddie.
stuff. So great drama on that hole, and then 18. If you've never, and you got to play the course. 18 is awesome. I mean, think about 18, my course, Dye Club. 18, water all up the left-hand side,
Yep.
wind dead in your face, gradually uphill. You just you don't see it, you don't feel it, but it is. You always come up short.
What's the most famous? Listen to me. What's the most famous comment made by a player on 18
Be the right club today.
today?
Today.
I love
Hey.
it.
Yeah, that's
love
Hal Sutton. Yeah,
Hal
that's
Sutton.
Yeah.
yeah, and that was
And it
great
was.
too. And it was. He hit a. Did he
Well,
hit a
he's
4 iron in for something that day because the wind was in his
My
face?
memory's pretty good, but it's not that good.
I don't think it was a.
It was 4 or 5 iron. He stuck
Yeah,
it right
because
in there.
it's normally a mid iron for those guys, but when the wind was in your face, I hit a 4 iron.
Mid iron now.
I
Back
had-
then, it was a little bit more club,
It's an awesome golf course. So
no doubt.
again, shot maker. So all right, let's get into it. We got we're 10 minutes into our show, and it's about fantasy golf and picking the right players for your team. I am down to 0 for Spieth. I think I got 2 more shots at him this year, and we still have 3 majors to play.
Just make sure you pick a tournament that he's going to compete in. When I say compete, I mean at the level he normally does.
Right.
And I certainly think this is one of
I
them.
totally agree, and he's on my team.
You're probably not
Yes.
the only person who's down to.
That's true.
to.
I think I got 5 left.
Well, let's check out our standings here for just
4 or 5.
I know we took last week off because of the match play and all, but our standings, we're all pretty bunched up together. We have, out of all of our people, there's a lot of people in this one league we're in. Let's see. Dr. Putt, that is our old friend Chris Vest. He is
Yeah.
leading our league.
Yeah,
he's
doing
back
good.
in
Indiana.
Indiana right now, but Chris,
Well,
if you're listening,
Wait a minute. Is he leading the league or is he leading the
he's leading our
series?
segment.
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 Let's keep
Leading
that.
Well,
segment.
there's a lot of points for that segment.
Well, there's a
Look
lot
at
of
me. Do I-
a lot of points.
Do I have a little
segment. lot of points.
What
per
is this?
segment,
Points, you know?
But the leader is the guy who has the most points for the overall.
Right, for the full season.
Yes.
And then 2 off the first tee, who you keep swearing this guy's going to forget a week, and he hasn't yet, and he's in second place.
He will screw up at some point.
and
Trust
he-
me. And he's listening right now, and he knows I was going to say this because I say it every week when you bring it up. He will screw up. He did.
I'm not going to mention him anymore because this way I'll lull himself to sleep and
Summertime's coming.
But he's actually leading overall.
Yes.
He's in first place. So and then Fantasy Boyfriends. That's my friend from the Golf Channel. She's a technical
She's
assistant.
getting inside information. I want to talk to you about that.
Actually, she's all over the world. She was in China last
I
week.
want to
and
lodge a protest.
She's everywhere. She's in LA
So
right
she
now.
probably had somebody fill it in for her.
and made her picks.
And then I'm in fourth. Yeah, rah. And then Jimmy, fifth place. Jimmy Biggs, our one and only. And Brian, you're in 8th place. You lost 2 slots this past week. So and Gene, you're in 11th place, but you gained 6 points. So you're actually pretty good. So you're all doing pretty good. Let's get to some picks. I like Jordan. Jordan is my number 1 pick this week. I have a couple of sleepers too because I have to, the way I've picked my teams this year. But and I'm going to plug some guys in. And we talked about it earlier. Gary Woodland is one of them that I like as a sleeper from my team. But Jordan Spieth. So in terms of you guys, well, who's your number 1 player that you're going to put on your team, or you'd like to put on your team, without giving us too much information?
Might be Rory.
I think you got to worry about the ones that don't have the solid players like your C group. You lose 2 C players and you've lost a lot of points if you go through the rest of the last 2
I lost
rounds.
places the last tournament because I had 3 guys miss the cut.
There you go. That's what you got to be looking at. I like Morgan Hoffman and I like Sean O'Hare.
Morgan Hoffman, you asked me about him earlier. I mean, you said, let me see the list of players, and where's Morgan Hoffman? I mean, you just picked this guy like Fleetwood right out of the air. I mean,
He's been
that's the
playing well.
professor.
He's playing well.
He's playing well. And out of the C group, I mean, while Gene brings that up, let's just look at the C group.
I got it up
It's
now.
not real strong.
No, Patrick Reed is in it. Brendan Steele. Ryan Moore is in it. Kevin Na. I like Keegan Bradley if he's not going to argue with anybody.
King Bradley, stop.
Got to get
No,
that.
wait a
Stop.
minute. Wait a minute.
What did we say the other week about him?
I know.
What
No,
did we
you
say
don't like
about
him
him?
at all.
That guy is a bag full of cats.
What?
That was
He's
another
a
word.
bag full of cats.
He's as
because
he's
he's
as crazy as a sack full of wet cats.
I've never
That's
seen
it.
well.
I've never seen a guy stare somebody down. So,
What the hell was that all? Does he not realize that Miguel Angel Jesus, why can't I say his
Jimenez?
name? Jimenez would have beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, he would have. He really.
I mean,
would've.
would've
if not,
snapped
if
him
not
around.
now in 2018 when he's the Ryder Cup captain for
I
Europe.
mean, are you serious?
Yeah, but wait a minute, guys. You're not saying Miguel was in the right to do what he did.
I'm not saying he's in the right, but Keegan got in his face. Does he not realize?
Like
that-
Keegan said, go over there and stay by your ball like I did when you were getting a ruling.
Yeah. He says, don't tell my caddy to shut up.
Is that who was leading at that particular point? He was up 1, right?
Doesn't even matter.
I think he was up 1. So was that just gamesmanship, being a jerk?
Yes.
Is that what it's all about?
Yeah.
In my opinion, he shouldn't have
He's
said
still
anything.
one of the players I would love to play with.
Yeah, me too.
I would love
At
to
least
play around
drink
a
some
guy
wine and
with him.
smoke some cigars with
There's
him.
a
anyway.
reason they call
Before
him
and
the most
after.
interesting man in the world.
That's
I
right.
mean, come on.
He pulls that
I
case
still
up with
think
the
he
Cubans.
stepped out of line on that one.
Now, he was definitely
I
out of
agree.
line, but Keegan kind of overreacted.
All right, here's another guy on the C list. I like Sean O'Hare. He is one of the guys on my list, Sean O'Hare. That
The one I
like.
just picked?
Yeah.
Oh, you just said that?
Yeah, he did. He did.
He can make up more excuses, Jeff, for taking my picks than anybody I've ever. Oh,
He
that
still
was
thinks
one
I
of
can see
yours?
his.
He didn't even know Sean O'Hare was in the tournament until
Is anybody
Gene said it
picking-
just a few minutes ago.
I just
By the
said
way.
I was picking him.
Sure.
Looking at Jeff, our producer. I like. Don't forget that Louis Oosthuizen's in the C group.
He's strong.
Don't
He's
forget
strong.
he's in the C
Although,
group.
listen, I did write down my top 5, and he is not part of it. My top 5 for this week is Jordan Spieth number 1, Rory number 2. I got Jim Furyk number 3, and I can't figure out why Jim Furyk has not won this event yet. I mean, it's his home course. He lives a mile down the road.
Has he had the 54-hole lead? That would explain a lot.
He loves Pete Dye courses. I mean, he aced it at Hilton Head this year.
That was ugly.
He played my course 3 weeks ago. He loves it. I mean, although he didn't win that event either.
Nobody did. It stopped
so-
after 14 holes. It was raining.
That's well, yeah. They scored a 10-hole event, but
It was raining.
but no, I'm not kidding. I think he's primed this year. I think he's playing very well right now. So
What
I
list
like
is he
Jim
on
Furyk.
anyway.
And then number
Who?
4, Henrik Stenson. Right now, guys, write it down.
I like
Henrik
Stenson.
No.
Okay.
You don't like Stenson? I do this week.
What I like about Stenson, and then my
He
5th
can't-
pick,
he
Jimmy
didn't know whether he
Walker.
won or not. That bothered me. I think his mind's slipping. Maybe a little.
Old age?
Yeah,
He's not that old.
could be.
I like Stinson. What lead? What board is or what board? What list is Furyk on? Is he on the A?
He is an A.
Okay.
He is an A. Yeah, and most of these are actually A and B players here.
You know who we haven't mentioned yet? The defending champ.
You picking him again?
No. Just, I mean,
I don't like him.
he hasn't been playing that well.
No. Although, what about
Sergio's a good steady player.
Yeah,
Sergio
Sergio's
is
solid.
out of.
Good
I tell you what,
player.
right now, I always put in picks before I come here, just so I can say this is what I have now, and inevitably I change it. But right now, my A players, I have Stenson and Garcia as my A players.
My 2 A players right now is Garcia and Rory.
That was my first gut pick when I ran down the thing. I do that every week. It's like, okay, last second, put in your picks. Just go with your gut, and that's what I went. But it's hard to not, the way he's played the last couple of weeks, it's hard not to pick Furyk.
Is Patrick Reed on anybody's mind right now?
Nope.
He's not, right? Like, what happened? He just kind of fell off a little bit.
He's just having a downtime right
Yeah.
now. But, this is the kind of event that he could show up.
How about Dustin?
He likes the course. He likes the Pete Dye course. He does. Whistling Straits, Ocean Course. He plays well in those. Dye Club at Barefoot.
He's on my team.
Listen, Dustin, I mean, again, it comes down to we're starting to get to that time of year that how many plays do you have left with guys?
Enough.
If you got enough is all that matters. But, when you start looking at these lists, if you like guys, like Jeff says, he's got like 2 plays with Spieth left.
Yeah. 2. And there's still 3 majors. So I'm a little unhappy there.
That's
but
why-
look at my team right here. I got Sergio, Rory. I haven't remember Rory didn't play early in the year. He was in Europe. He was in the far.
I have several picks with Rory left.
The Middle
Plus, I
East.
also didn't like him in a couple of events.
So I've got Justin Rose. I've only used him twice. Matsuyama. I've only used him once. These guys are all on my team right now. Russell Henry. Russell
pick.
Henry.
Henley.
Henley. I
Good
like
pick.
him. He's
Should
on
be
my
a good
team. So
course for him.
so hopefully these will help you you folks.
This is a tough one. I mean, when you get to the players,
We got so many good players.
well, they're all
Is-
there, and it's not like one. I mean, is there anybody that you can clearly say, what, every year when he shows up, he plays well?
Sergio.
Sergio.
Okay,
Yeah.
name another one.
Yeah. Furyk.
Nobody.
Stenson. Couple
Really?
guys. Yeah.
Every year?
Well, a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
I don't think
but
there's
it's
nobody's-
144 of the best players. That's why the whole debate this week, no matter what channel you turn on, is it the 5th major? Should it be the 5th major? Just name it the 5th
Okay.
major for crying out loud.
Why does it have to have a name? Why do we have to have another major?
Well, because it changes a lot.
That's why they won't do it.
No, one of the reasons they won't do it is everybody's scared that it'll gain the popularity. It'll never be the Masters, but it could be second.
Will it take away from?
Strictly because it's played on the same venue every year.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's important.
Right. It is.
The Masters is the only one that plays on the same venue every year.
Well,
And
it's
let's
the
see.
it's the
Which
richest
one do you
tournament
think
next
everybody
to
would rather win? That one.
it's the richest tournament right next to the PGA Championship, right?
What did they pay?
PGA
$1.8
Tour.
million?
$1.8 million.
That's a good payday.
That's very good. Yeah.
I take it.
So, all right.
Don't forget Paul Casey. That's the don't forget player.
I'm saying don't forget in your C group. Don't forget Louis Oosthuizen
Oh, I like him too. I do.
in the C group. Do not forget him.
I like Henley. Russell Henley.
Russell Henley's not a bad.
Put him
one.
on your team.
Sean O'Hare.
That's from the guru himself. Okay. Thank you very much for being here, guys. I appreciate it. And I'll dog sit for you anytime.
I got another
That's
date
it.
coming up.
Thank you,
You
folks.
heard it here, folks.
Appreciate y'all coming. It's a great show. Hopefully we're helping you guys out and girls with your fantasy teams this year. TGD Radio and TV are produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, be sure to check out our featured golf course pages where you will find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more. Especially this time of year, there's a lot of specials out there. Things are starting to come down a little bit in rates, and summer rates are coming out, so definitely take advantage of it. If you need help with your next golf vacation, just call Dave. Hashtag just call Dave. Give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF1. That's 464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for your listening and viewing on demand. To catch up on a show you have missed, click on the TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs in the menu at thegolfdirector.com. We're now available on over 1 billion devices at iTunes, Audio Realm, TuneIn, YouTube, Ustream, Roku, Blueberry, the Myrtle Beach Golf app. So check it out on all of them. My name is Jeff Deal. I'm host. Appreciate you guys, the co-hosts, for being here. Gene Weldon, Brian Steffen. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. We'll have more TGD golf news and information coming up. Jeff, thank you again behind the glass. Appreciate all you do for us. Thanks, folks. See you next week. 22 minutes. Sorry, man. I'll get it down.